Alrighty, hello and welcome. This is BP Productions Podcast, where we share life, share stories, and encourage others. I'm your host, Bruce Isaac Pineda, and this is Season 4, Episode number 5 of the BP Productions Podcast, again, where we share life, share stories, and encourage others. I am so excited you're here because this is where we share life and encourage each other and lift each other up when we're down and talk about the most random things in the world, but also just what is going on in everyday life. So I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you are going to stay with us if you're new here. This will only be found on youtube.com. This is the only YouTube channel we will post this podcast on, and really only channel we will post this podcast with is YouTube platform. And if you want to follow my day-to-day, you can follow me on Instagram at Bruce, BRUCE, PINEDA 214, and that one you have to actually request a follow because my other Instagram account, which is Bruce BRUCE.PINEDA, that one has too many robots in there, so I just kind of want to stay away from that. But anyways, yeah, I hope you're having a good night, good morning, wherever you're at. But let's go ahead and get started, guys, with our episode here today. This one's going to be on leadership, and so here we go, right? So, in my eyes, leadership is an ongoing opportunity to help others and guide them on the right path by committing yourself to doing the right things the right way. Everyone, I think, aspires to be some sort of leader. Even in school, leaders are picked to do special tasks. This concept eventually follows us into our adult, workplace, and social lives. But what makes a leader? Should we aspire to be one? And if so, how? I remember a time in elementary school when I desperately wanted to be considered popular, for everyone to know who I was. This desire carried over into middle school. I admired the popular kids, even if they were popular because they did things like talking back, treating others poorly, and listening to music glorifying drugs and alcohol. Some even aspired to smoke weed in middle school. I thought this is what I needed to do to be popular, and by extension, the leader. What I missed was the true essence of leadership. It wasn't until high school that I had a revelation. Moving to a new school in a different state, I found myself just another face in the crowd. Any reputation I had built at my previous school meant nothing here. This was when I truly met Jesus. The funny thing is, Jesus called me to follow him, not to lead him. I was struck by the reality that Jesus is the way, and I just wanted to follow him and no one else. I committed to this journey, and it didn't happen overnight. Throughout high school and into adulthood, I found that following Jesus meant doing the right things, loving others, and committing to actions that honored God. As I followed Jesus, people naturally wanted to follow me. They asked about my life and my heart. I realized that I was no longer striving to be a leader, but rather a dedicated follower. You see, Jesus calls us to follow. Leadership is something that comes later. To obtain and desire true leadership and to be a good leader, I believe we can't get there on our own. Yes, I want to be a great leader to my coworkers, friends, and family, but I don't want to do it for my own gratification, as I did in my early years. Instead, I want to be a follower of good things. You see, guys, so leadership, it's something that I don't necessarily think we can chase. You know, we can desire it, but we can't chase it. We can't grab it. You know, because every leader follows something. And whether that's good things or bad things, right? I mean, we know all around the world, you know, crazy leaders and good and bad leaders, but they're all following something. And so us ourselves, if we want to be a great leader, well, who are we following? What are we following, right? And so for me, that had to come to a point where I didn't want to follow the things that I thought would make me a great leader. I wanted to follow Jesus, not because I wanted to be a great leader, but because Jesus helps me to be someone that I want to be. And that's loving God, loving people. And naturally, people will want to know your heart, want to know who you are and why you are the way you are. And I can turn back and say Jesus. So, yeah, that just naturally comes, right? Yeah. So anyways, guys, thank you for joining me on this journey of understanding leadership. Remember, it's not about being in charge. It's about being a follower of the right path and inspiring others along the way. But all right, guys, until next time, I love you guys, and we will hit it off with episode number 5. No, did I just say that? Episode number 6 of the BP Productions podcast. Every day, every day, every day. There's an opportunity to glorify God, to love others, to love people. So anyways, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment down at the bottom. I want to hear from you guys. I want to talk to you guys and get to know you. And we're going to do it one day at a time. Thank you, Jesus. All right, let's go.
He was like, prayer to me is asking God, hey, I know they're going through pain. Put a little bit on me so they don't have to hurt as much. You're always like praying for someone to make sure that they stop healing. But like, he was like, I take it as, if you're hurting, let me hurt. Let me hurt until you're okay.
Yeah, I like that.
And I was like, dude, like that's a whole new way of looking at prayer. Not even just prayer, just being like exactly what Jesus did on the cross.
Yeah.
Like,